All right, so it looks like we're slowly starting to witness a shift here in sneaker culture. Now, change isn't always a bad thing. As we know, most things tend to naturally evolve over time, whether it's for the better or worse. So stay tuned as we're going to be discussing a topic which is controversial, but at the same time, I guess you could say reflects the current state of sneakers. But before we get into that, I wanted to discuss tomorrow's big release from Adidas and Fear of God Athletics, which we saw this original collection debut back in December. I would say that initial first reaction was kind of a mixed reaction, but as far as this new release tomorrow, we're going to see clothing, but I feel like we're more concerned about the sneakers. So all of these drops will be going down on fearofgod.com, but we also should see some of the sneakers dropping on the Adidas Confirmed app as well. So we have the Fear of God Los Angeles. This is the new pale yellow colorway. These will be retailing for $170. Then we have the Fear of God 86 High. And I would say based off all of the footwear that we've seen so far, this pair in particular, screams Fear of God the most to me, although I know they are based off the classic, Adidas rivalry. But I would say as far as the shape, this one definitely reminds me of Fear of God most definitely. So these will be dropping for $220. And then we got some new colorways for the Fear of God Basketball 1 model. So you have an array of colors. All of these are based off different Adidas partnered college schools. So the green pair is representative of the University of Miami. And then you have the red pairs, which are representative for the University, or I should say Indiana University. So I would say based off the initial reaction online, I would say the fan favorite of these four would probably be the black and red pair. Personally though, I would say I'm a big fan of the cream mint pair, and I'm definitely digging this clay red pair. I would say it definitely reminds me of the old Reebok Questions that dropped back in the day. So while I'm a fan of all of this footwear, I'm a little disappointed that we aren't seeing that basketball model with the strap that was originally teased. I believe they were calling those the 3 models. So, but from what we see, you have a good selection. I would imagine that potentially these basketball pairs could be a little bit limited and possibly sell out. And since they aren't dropping that 3 model, hopefully, they have that plan for a future release later down the line. All right, and for today's main topic, now, during a recent episode of Sneaker Shopping with Complex, wrestler Triple H made a statement which when I originally heard, I wrote it off immediately as blasphemous, but now the more that I think about it, I feel like it's not as crazy as it originally sounded. So he said in a way he might be more important to the brand than Michael is right now. So he's referring to rap artist Travis Scott, who's had an incredible run, with the Jordan brand. It seems like everything that he puts his stamp on, turns to gold just about every release anyway. So of course he has a big release on the way with the debut of his Jumpman Jacks, which apparently are going to be dropping very soon. But do you guys feel like right now in 2024, Travis Scott is more important to the Jordan brand than even Michael himself? Now, over the last couple of years, Nike has compiled a couple of lists of the most popular releases via the sneakers app. So of course, this is based off the amount of entries for particular releases. So out of the top 10 from 2022, it looks like 3 of those happen to be Travis Scott models, with the most popular being the Travis Scott Jordan 1 Low that released for that year. And then they also gave us a similar list in 2023, but just the top 5. But even though we have still 2 Travis Scott Jordan 1 Low releases out of the top 5. So as you can see right here from the data, Travis is dropping some of the most popular releases with Jordan brand. And as we know, over the last couple of years, we're starting to witness a lot of Jordan retro releases sitting, sometimes going on sale, going for under retail on the secondary market. Now, we also have to factor in the fact that many of these Travis Scott releases are very limited and warrant a very high resale value. So could it be that people are just, entering the raffles just to be able to obtain a very valuable sneaker just in return to resell it? You also have to factor in the age gap, for certain sneakerheads like myself. I grew up watching MJ. So for me, it's real special. It holds a lot of nostalgia, especially for the sneakers that, he was playing with back in the day. And for these newer kids, the younger generation, the only thing that they really know about MJ would happen to be The Last Dance, as y'all seen The Last Dance effect when that joint premiered in Netflix. I want to say that was back during the pandemic or whatever. So I would say that probably the newer kids, the younger sneakerheads, probably relate a little more to a Travis Scott. But would you guys actually say that he's more important for the brand right now than Michael Jordan? I mean, at the end of the day, it is MJ's brand. He built the foundation, and his incredible legacy on the court, really made these sneakers famous. But nowadays, I guess the kids are really rocking with Travis like that. But I would have to say that as far as rappers, their life career span could only last like 5 years or so. And then for like the real popular ones, they could have like a 10-year run. Travis has been doing this thing for a while. We know the Jumpman Jacks, are going to be dropping soon. I'm sure that first initial colorway will be really limited. Nike's going to do a great job of like keeping the hype going for that. But as for all of the other colorways planned, will they have that same lasting impression as the debut colorway? We'll have to wait and see, as only time will be able to answer that. But I feel like as far as like Travis Scott, you could say right now he is like the face of the Jordan brand, or one of the most popular figures representing the Jordan brand. But as great rappers, sometimes could have a short-lived lifespan. I feel like while he's the it guy right now for Jordan brand, in 5 years from now, he could potentially be replaced with whoever's the hottest act at the time. So while Travis Scott could be the man right now for the Jordan brand, we can't forget the legacy that Michael Jordan crafted, on the court. That presence that he had during the 90s and early 2000s will never be matched, in my opinion. And I feel like that's the real foundation. And whoever the current face of the Jordan brand, could be replaced, within a time span. So let me know what you guys think. Do you feel like Travis Scott currently is the face of the Jordan brand right now, or do you feel like that's blasphemous to even consider something like that? I mean, what explains the fact that a lot of these Jordan retros are sitting? So drop your feedback down below. And then before we bounce, I did have a poll that I put up on my community tab a couple of days ago. It said, do you think Adidas is done with selling Yeezys? Now, I found this answer to be very surprising, as the results from 3.7 thousand votes, it looks like 40% said yes, while 60% of you guys believe that Adidas isn't done with selling Yeezys. Of course, we do know that, they have more inventory. It seems like they just pulled all the releases from the Confirmed app. So only time will tell if they decide to put those releases back on sale, or are they just completely done with Yeezy? Could potentially maybe destroy the pairs, or who knows, maybe resell them under the table and just like kind of move on from things. As we all know, the effects seem to be very damaging for the brand. So out of almost 4,000 votes, 60% of you guys feel like Adidas isn't done with selling Yeezys just yet. And I guess I should probably put up another poll on the community tab, I guess, today for this whole Michael Jordan question. Let me know what you guys think down below. So drop your feedback on that MJ question. Do you feel like Travis Scott is a little more important for the brand right now? And let me know what you guys think about this new Fear of God Athletics drop. While the prices have been a little controversial, are you guys feeling any of the new drops? Are you going for anything tomorrow? And do you think they will be limited, potentially sell out, or just sit on the Adidas Confirmed app like we've seen past releases, do? So drop your feedback down below. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please help out the channel by dropping a thumbs up. We're gonna wrap up things right here. I'm JA. Make sure y'all stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Love.
So I won't tell you that.